Hey team, it's day 15. Hope you guys are doing great. Just wanting to go over the 6 goals really quick, but today I want to talk about recovery. So many times I hear of folks getting injured or, not being able to work out for a couple days or 4 or 5 days because they're too sore, they don't know how to read their body. I just want to talk to you a little bit about recovery today and just signs that you can look for that really tell you whether or not you're getting burnt out, you need additional recovery, what type of recovery, so on and so forth. But let's get through the 6 goals first and we'll get on to recovery. I do have to use red today, and unfortunately, it's on my sleep. I don't like that at all. So here we go. It is day 15, and the weight for today was 226. So I bumped up about a half a pound. I'm fine with that. Had a little bit of higher carbohydrate yesterday, which is good, but I also didn't get a lot of sleep. So I sometimes wonder if that not getting your 7 to 8 hours does contribute a little bit to that increased weight. 1,953 calories. So I was right in my range, 133 ounces of water. This 5 hours of sleep, just had a rough day. Woke up. I was actually scheduled to get a little over 7 hours. Woke up and just mind started racing. So remember that just happens sometimes. So if that happens to you, try to have a plan to go back to bed, but I just couldn't. So I got up and started working, and now I'm paying for it a little tired. Not going to know how the workout goes later on, but we'll see what happens. 65 minutes of workout yesterday, really good. It was a cardio leg day with a lot of step up, squat and presses and things. It was super fun, but I am feeling it a little bit. So that sleep really helps. And then you get into 219 grams of protein. So I don't normally miss my protein. Wanted to go through that quick. If you're following me, if you have questions, please put them in the comments. Let me know what you think. Other than that, let's jump into recovery. So when we think about recovery or rest days, when you're new to working out or when you're just jumping into a plan again after you've maybe taken a couple of days off, weeks, months, years, depending on, and you get back into it, or you're just starting out new, rest days kind of sound like maybe I shouldn't be taking those. And people tend to think you have to work out every single day with a decent amount of intensity. Now, what I say about activity of 30 minutes every day, that's not meaning high intensity activity or lifting or even, an hour and a half of cardio every single day. Now, can you do that if it's low impact, walking, things like that? Yeah, that's fine. I mean, shoot for that 30 minutes of walking, listening, and, but you need a day or so a week where you're just kind of taking it off and you're actually resting from lifting and muscle groups and all that kind of stuff. So let's get into it a little bit. Signs of burnout. If I knew that if I didn't know how sleep affects how you feel, and I only got 5 hours of sleep, this is what burnout feels like. When you wake up in the morning, your muscles never seem to fully heal, I guess. You always have that little bit of soreness. You really have some aches and some pains, but this isn't just a couple of days. This goes on for quite a long time. You're tired. You start to forget things. You really have kind of mind fog is what I tell people. And it really becomes demotivating to go do your workout or go get into your activity for the day. Those are really a few tall tale signs that you're burning out, and you probably need a rest day. And rest days aren't bad as long as, remember, you guys are hitting your calories. Rest days aren't bad. They're not bad. So really listen to your body, look for those signs of burnout, because if you hit a wall with burnout, and unfortunately, if you don't listen to your body and you injure yourself, we're in trouble. So the second one is listening to your body. Like yesterday, doing some pretty decent leg exercises. I'm sore through my glutes and my hammies and my quads, a little bit on my calves, and I'm a little sore. Tomorrow, I'm going to be even more so sore. So a lot of people, if you've heard it before, talk about delayed onset muscle soreness or the 2-day soreness, right? You hear, 2-day soreness. Like the first day I was all right, but the second day I couldn't even sit down to use the restroom. Yeah, that's what I call DOMS, getting hit with the DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness. Let me put that on the board for you just up here. I like that in case you guys ever see this. That is delayed onset muscle soreness, just getting hit with the DOMS. And that's the 2-day soreness. It's really kind of weird because that's why I like to do the 30 minutes of activity every day, because if you're walking and things, DOMS is mainly caused by two things: a neurologic adaptation of new exercises and new loads that you're putting on if you're squatting and doing so forth, or repetition and lower rest. It's a lot of it's neurologic adaptation. So The second part of it is some lactic acid buildup, and then just your muscles repairing themselves, right? So when you get the 2-day delayed onset muscle soreness, know that's where it's coming from, right? So sometimes you wake up and you're like, oh goodness, what happened? So listen to your body. Probably not the best idea on that day to go hit it hard again on those muscle groups. Give it an extra day or so. What I always say is you can lift the muscle groups regardless of intensity and weight normally twice in a week's period. Okay. So I do, sometimes I do upper body, lower body, and I skip a day, then upper body, lower body. You know, you could do 4 days, or I do a 6 days where I do push one day, pull the next day, and then legs on Wednesday, and then I do it over again. But I never go more than twice a week with the same muscle groups if you're lifting. Now, if you're doing cardio, we talked a little bit about high intensity interval training last night. As you're just starting out, if you want to do some HIIT, I said 1 to 2 times a week. The most I would say is maybe an every other day thing. But if you really look at high intensity interval training, do some of your old research, but they do have programs out there that you guys can follow that you can get into as a beginner. There's a lot of free stuff out there on YouTube. Just do a search and you'll find out ones. And then normally they'll try and sell you a program and things, but I think you'll find enough starting out that you know, it'll suffice you for if you're just doing a straight cardio regimen and not a lot of resistance training. But I recommend get into that resistance training if you can, due to the fact it's just good for you. And as your muscle builds, it helps the amount of calories you burn for your resting metabolic rate go up. So listen to your body. If your body says no, don't go. That's a pretty good saying. If your body says no, don't go. And don't feel bad about it, because remember, hitting those calories should be pretty good. Calorie, sleep, water, you hitting that trifecta, you'll be okay. Plan your workouts, but also plan your recovery. You need to plan both. If you don't have a recovery day mixed in there, then you get to that guilt feeling when you should be taking a rest day and you're like, nope, I'm going to keep going. I see my progress of my weight. Like I got to go harder. And then you'll start to realize your body breaks down, you get into burnout, you're not listening to your body. Plan your workouts so you can also plan your recovery. That is okay. And then on a recovery day, if you want to have activity like I do, you know, plan to listen to one of your audiobooks, or plan to get on a stationary cardio machine and watch one of your training videos, or follow one of your blog posts, or listen to podcast, or, you know, whatever you want to do it, but go light on recovery days, right? And I never truly, I mean, I do every once in a while, I take a day off completely, but it's just because I either can't get to my activity. Like I've showed you guys a couple, I think one day on the journey so far, but there normally are when I have my recovery days, right? But also remember this with recovery. If you're struggling planning your workouts and getting to that and doing your recovery, sometime on those machines or some time of activity is also better than no time. So if you truly are, if you did hurt burnout, you didn't really listen to your body, you're not planning these, and you're just struggling to get down a, what am I trying to say, a regimen of getting to the gym and things like that, sometime in the gym. So even if it's 10 minutes, even if it's 3 10-minute sessions, is better than no time for the mental side of things and to get that 30 minutes of activity. So maybe it's chair sits, you know, for a certain amount of sets during the day as you're at work, or it's walking some stairs really slow, or it's walking down and around out in the parking lot or down a hallway and so on your break. There's many different ways that you can get in that workout or that activity if you're not doing a very good job planning. So sometime is better than no time. And eventually what'll happen is you'll start to think about it more as you get into the habit and say, okay, I'm going to start planning, but I'm going to listen to my body. I'm not going to burn out. I'm definitely going to be taking my rest days. And don't worry about DOMs. DOMs going to get you. They're going to get you, especially when you start getting into some big resistance training. So I hope that helps. I hope that gives some of you information that maybe you didn't have before. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments. Let me know what you think. And I always look forward to talking to you guys tomorrow. So thanks again for your support. Have a good rest of your day.